Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. So I'm sorry it's been a bit of a while since the last posted a video, but I've had some IT issues. My computer's been a pain, lost some information and it logged me out of my YouTube and all sorts. It's just been a pain in the neck, to be honest. I hate modern technology. I've also had a new phone with work, and all of my videoing I've been doing has been on my phone. And the new work phone I've been supplied with has been locked down tight, so I can't copy files from it onto my PC. So although I can use it as a video camera, and it is a very good video camera because it's an iPhone, I can only edit and put stuff from the phone itself. So I'm having to do, this video will be fully edited on my iPhone and then released to YouTube from the iPhone, I hope. So in the process of all that, I've lost some footage, so you'll see the video starts with the carburetors being set up. But before I was doing that, I was spraying, I had a video showing me spraying carb cleaner around the inlet manifold and the engine raising revs as I was doing that. So you catch me at the beginning of the video just as I was changing the mishap washers and lining the carbs up for that. As a general update, the carbs are all fitted and running half about. I have had some issues getting it to run tidy on idle, but I think that is because I'm using the VVT camshaft without any sort of control. So I've noticed as it's idling, the oil pressure creeps up a little bit, then it drops off, then it creeps up and drops off. So I think what's happening is the oil pressure's affecting the cam because there's no other control over it, and it's making the idle rough. But it does rev smoothly, so once we get it on the road, we'll find out whether that's going to work or not. Because we're still, of course, using this EDIS unit, or a late silver EDIS unit from the Ford Orion to run the ignition, which is still yet to be proven whether that's going to be any good or not. Unfortunately, it's getting a bit late in the season now to be putting this up, paying for the insurance and all the things that you need to get a car on the road with. So it'll probably be just potching about with this now over winter, finishing off the interior and then get it ready for on the road for next summer, which is still ahead of where I thought I'd be. On the back of the car, we've got battery tray has been fitted, so the battery is now nice and secure. I was going to think about making my own battery tray, messing around with that, but this battery holder tray here was less than £7 off eBay and is nice and sturdy, so it doesn't make sense not to do it. So that was it's a simpler, easier option. Need mat for the boot. Still trying to find a rear bumper and front quarter bumpers, but all in all it's coming. If when you come to using it on the road and you find that silver EDIS unit isn't any good for the control of the ignition, which it might not be, I'm not expecting too much from it, but it was cheap, so you've got to see what it's like first. If it doesn't work, then I'll stump up and get something from somewhere like Dan ST Engineering, which they supply an ECU, no dis I think they call them, and they do full VVT control for the ST170, so that might be the way forward yet. But again, I want to see how the carbs run as well, so because I might yet have to go full fuel injection on throttle bodies, but then it starts getting a bit pricey. Although, having said that, I have got lurking down in here some GSXR throttle bodies, which I messed around with previously with the ST inlet manifolds buried in there somewhere. So that might be an option, that with Mega Squirt or something along those lines. So as I said, you'll now see me start the video off with me removing the carburetors and going from there. So hope you enjoy the video, and drop me a text, see what you think. Okay, so my hope is I can move these carburetors forward enough without them to disconnect all this stuff to step these in between. So let's give it a go. You. We should put new nylocks on these as well. I should have done this long before I fitted these carburetors to the engine. Boom, 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 boom. Right, here's my cunning plan going to work. Of course it is. I can rest them somewhere. That's fine. Oh yeah. They're really knackered. I wonder that was running so rough. Big steps in it. This might involve a little bit of should I take all that off now? And oh, he's going to grow arms and legs if I'm not careful. Let's get these washers back on and see if we can get it to run tidy first. There's some, if you can see on the video, but there's quite a step there. Carburetors and airflow don't like steps. Off of the thing with there. It's fine. Back on. There she goes. Lovely. Now then, the idea of these mishap washers is when you tighten them up, you've got a little bit of give in them like that. So the idea is that we get a straight edge across those 4 bolts there, and they should be straight with each other. That's the plan. See if I've got some new nylocks. No, I do not. Right, okay, I have to order myself some new nylocks, but we use these for now. And my plan is just to tighten these up to the all sort of about the same feeling, same sort of feeling with torque, and go from there. Right, let's try this. Oh, it's not far off. So I reckon if I tighten these two in a bit. There we are, doing pretty good. Okay, so they're all straight across there now from there and there and there. The faces of the carburetors are straight to each other. There's very little rock now, a little tiny bit of rock in it. We should tighten the middle ones up. Yeah, okay, so to take that rock out, so the carburetors exactly did very slightly like that to each other. So if I tighten all 4 of those centre bolts up now, that should bring them in line with each other. So let's give that a quick nip up. Yeah, that's got them flat to each other now. And dead flat on the bolts as well. Yeah, okay, so that should be that sorted. Right, okay, so I've got the idle screws screwed 1 1/4 turns out on each carb now, and the throttle idle speed screwed down just enough to keep it ticking over. So we'll leave it warm up now, then we'll play around with the idle screws. Okay, we're all warmed up, and I haven't messed with the idle mixtures. It is as they were. And although it's not a very even idle, it is idling. And the serial reading percentage on here is 4.67, which between 3 and 5 apparently is correct. So I think I'll leave it at that. The next step will be road tuning. So I've already fitted I should have videoed this, but I've already fitted the chokes and the new jets. So it's all jetted and choked at a base spec. So I think the next thing will be to road tune it. You can see in here, we're up to temperature here. Got good oil pressure. This is only a narrow band cheap thing, so I don't think that's actually worth anything. If I give it a quick flip, you see it changes, but that's about it. See, oil pressure raises nicely as well on a blip. Well, thanks for watching. Again, I'm sorry it's a bit of a disjointed video. The closer we get into completing this car, the more disjointed things seem to be coming. But what this probably does mean, because there's not a lot left to do on this car now, is next time you might be able to hear it's raining again. The nice weather has finished. What this may mean that I might swap the Escort round with the Manta and make a start on the Manta sometime soonish. Okay, thanks again for watching. See you in the next one.